want to talk about Blade moving out here, first of all, because
Lord.
there's a lot going on in MCU, but I just want to talk about Blade for a second, because originally this movie was supposed to come out in 2019 by Mahershala Ali, guys, and I thought he was going to be a great choice for Blade, but at this point, I feel like I believe Wesley Snipes when he says, only be one Blade. You know, I feel like that was 100% true when he said that in Deadpool and Wolverine, because we got people coming out. We got Delroy Lindo coming out, and he was supposed to pass this in 2021 as a Marcus Garvey-esque type persona, and he said he was so excited about it that it was like going really great. Great conversations, and then it went off the rails, he said. And he said there was a lot of input from Marvel. They were excited about it, and then all of a sudden he's dropped and he's gone. And then what happens? It gets pushed, right? You also have on top of here too a composer, the Flying Lotus. They were attached to it as well, and they were talking about how they're writing music for Blade, and they're writing all the original music, all this original score, and then all of a sudden it comes around again. They hope it'll come around again, but they've been dropped as well. And then you have David S. Goyer. Well, guys, Goyer is making so many great things in his time. He was dropped too, one of the original writers, and he's saying, guys, please bring me back. Let's get some traction. Let's this move. But I don't think this is going to happen. I just don't see it happening. I feel like at this point, they made a joke about it with, again, when they did the whole Deadpool Wolverine. I think that was on fact. Kevin Feige is still saying they're committed to it. You got a lot of like scoopers out there saying too that, yes, Kevin Feige wants this to happen. But I just, guys, at this point, let it lie, let it die, and be done with Blade. It's time to move on. And Mahershala Ali, like, guys, when I worked on Quantum Mania, I think I told the story before, but I worked on Quantum Mania, which was like a couple of years ago, right? Our first AD was supposed to go to Blade. He left early to go to Blade. Then he came back and he's like, well, that's a shit storm because they're changing the ADs. The director was changed. Now Mahershala Ali hates the script, so they're doing rewrites. And he goes, I don't know what's going to happen with this movie, but I'm back. And so he came back, little inside scoop for you. He came back and he's like, I'm just off it now. And that was years ago. So like, how will this actually work out? I don't know. And I feel like MCU has a lot of things going on them. Like the X-Men is a big thing for them. And of course, you guys, Thunderbolts, they're hoping that whole vibe and that whole direction of what they move forward with, which I think is good. I think what they did with Thunderbolts was a lot of fun. I think a lot of people liked it, and I think that Jake Shriver, who did Thunderbolts, is a good guy to help like put motivation back into the MCU. And forget about products like Blade that we expected to be great, but just have gone through so much shit. I think you let it lie and you move forward. They will with X-Men and focus on that. And Blade was a big character they got with the X-Men when they got the big merger, when they bought Fox, and they wanted big things for them. I just think it's time to let it lie. I think it's dead. I think the X-Men are your future and not Blade, guys, unfortunately, because I think Mahershala Ali is a fucking fantastic actor. At the end of the day, though, guys, I don't see this happening. I think Blade is done. I just think it is. And I like Thunderbolts, and this is where we can talk about Thunderbolts, but we're talking about some DCU stuff next. We talk about Marvel first in Comic Corner. But I think that what they did with Shriver did with Thunderbolts was great. And maybe they can make Shriver do Blade. Maybe that would fix it. I just don't know, though. I think Blade's done. Spencer, I see you shaking your head. What do you think? Is there any world, do you think, that Blade can come back from the dead and kill some vampires? Or do you think it is dead in the water and we need to like move on from this and let sleeping dogs lie?
Yeah, it's dead. No, I think there's so many issues with it. And, you got all this tie-in. And Spider-Man's got a pretty decent amount of tie-in with Blade, but where does he? Midnight Suns, I see that, but it's like we got superheroes. We're gonna open up to vampires. Do we want to do that? Do we want to is our audience able to handle that?
I like that.
And then can we tie all of it in? I don't know. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. I don't see it thematically quite working. And then also, just appreciate the fact that, you basically died and then were brought back to life because of Blade. You know what I mean? Just let him fucking, let it be what it was. And then just keep going.
Yeah, because I think like even the fact that they've had issues with Mahershala Ali, they got him still attached though. I thought like if you're having creative issues at this level, changing directors, changing writers constantly, reshaping things based off an actor, I think that's already problematic. That's what I think.
Spencer. Only negative stuff. I've seen him express how much he has disdain for this entire project now, and how many scripts he's seen that like he liked it originally, and then now he was like, oh, it's all about this female protagonist, like the nurse or something. I mean, it's tough if you don't have a clear vision of what you're going to produce. Then how can anybody, have any faith in what you're doing? You got to step out of if you don't have a script, what do you have to work with in the first place? So
yeah, you need the words in the paper. I love Goyer. I think Goyer would be great if he came back in, because I think he's done some questionable stuff, but a lot of great things though too. Everybody's done questionable stuff, but I think it'd be fun to bring him back, maybe. But once they fire somebody like this or move on, creative differences, they don't usually bring them back. So I think Goyer's just having fun with it, right?
I think so. I think it's
I mean, I hope it works out for them. What about their? I'm gonna hold. We're taking note next. I'm gonna come back to you about some more stuff. I'm gonna go to Sean fast about this. Actually, I'm gonna go Thirsty Daddy because he didn't get much time last time. So Thirsty Daddy,
give it to
is Blade dead in the water for you? And do you think that they should do like a complete restart, or do you think they should somehow try to salvage this and bring him into like Doomsday or Secret Wars?
It's dead as a doornail. I mean, come on. They haven't made a new one in, 30 years?
I don't know if it's been that long.
It's damn close. I mean...
It's encroaching on that, probably. You're right.
Yeah. I appreciate that, GR. Thanks for overestimating as well. Thank you.
What do you think about Wesley Snipes, though, GR? Because Wesley Snipes came in a Deadpool Wolverine, and he was fantastic. Does that give him kind of rights maybe to come back?
Well, he could he still do the character? Yeah, without his walker, I'm sure he can.
Oh, shit.
But, well, hell, he's close to my age, Brian.
He still looks damn good, though. Oh,
I didn't argue that point one bit. I said he could still do the character, but they've been talking about this for so long, they're never gonna do it. That's bottom line.
Yeah, 2019, GR. That's a long fucking time. They'll be like, "Oh, this movie is coming." Do you think there's anything? Think that Kevin Feige just to take off the slate, guys? If you don't know, that it wasn't the slate. They took up the slate. It's not listed to be coming out at any time. There's another project in DC you can talk about. I can't wait to talk about slate, because slate matters a lot. What do you think, GR? Do you think that the fact that it's off the slate and Kevin Feige is still saying they're committed, does that mean anything at all?
No, they lie.
Yeah, but why not? Why not just admit it then, GR? Why not admit it and be like, it's done. It's dead in the water. We're done with it.
Yeah. This is Hollywood. They say all sorts of shit and never back it up.
Yeah, it's true. All right, Sean, what do you think? I'm going to go on here. For the comic people out there, is there any world where we can save this Blade somehow? Is there a storyline you want to see that maybe be the one to salvage this so Mahershala Ali will actually stick onto this? Or do you think we put him into Doomsday? Is there any world that saves Blade at all?
10 months ago, I said this shit was cooked.
It's true.
It's hard to hold on to hope that long, especially since 29 was the original target. I don't see it happening, and it's total shareholder approved talking points that we're using here. You want to hold on to hope. It's good to say that you're still doing this and trying to get these. I'm very much with Spencer, where it's like, how does it make sense to put him into where the MCU is today? And it doesn't. You tried with Eternals. Eternals was a shit show everyone wants to forget. I just don't see it. And God bless. I think Mahershala Ali is a fantastic actor that doesn't need to do this. But the Deadpool line that the original Blade did was it just felt so correct. Like there'll never be another Blade. I just don't.
Yeah.
See it.
That's what it felt like.
There's too much has to happen to get us here, and it's been too damn long.
Midnight Sun be great.
If we're gonna go the route of the Midnight Suns, we've got a couple angles there. Even with the Ironheart trailer that dropped today, we're starting to get more of the kind of viewpoints on the dark side of that kind of street level magic, which would make more sense for a Midnight Suns. Possibly, maybe, but again, these are things. If we're not supposed to get X-Men for 10 years or something, whatever the hell Feige said a few months back.
Well, he's got a 10-year plan, he said. He's got a 10-year plan.
Bullshit. I've got a 10-year plan that involves me waking up tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Man, that was dark.
That was super dark. Super dark.
I hope you do.
But again, where do you get the MCU that's post Thunderbolts to make it to the point where it makes sense to have Blade show up? And it's just The threads aren't there yet.
Yeah.
Spencer, you had something you want to say. I think you had a good thought. You see me, you're noodling on a thought.
Yeah,
Spencer,
it hit me, and it keeps hitting me, and I just keep forgetting that Blade is how we kind of got Ryan Reynolds. I remember. Yeah, Blade Trinity was, at least when I was a kid, I mean, like, everybody was just chatting about it. It was great. It was very entertaining, and he was turned in a great performance. And he was ripped and, was kind of the picturesque comic book superhero. And then he went on to be Green Lantern and, two pretty large superheroes. I don't know.
Man,
leave it.
Did you tear up when they did that Green Day thing at the end of Deadpool Wolverine?
Fuck yeah.
Man, it was so fucking nice. Just to look at what we have and appreciate the stepping stones. And then they ended on like that Ryan Reynolds be like, I kind of like that Deadpool character. It's like, come on, man. That was fucking.
They're the time of their lives, though. They did. I love they're all coming back.
Fucking Billy Joel. He wrote that song for this moment.
For to be this impactful at this moment in time.
Fox series, exactly. Yeah.
It was such a touching moment, and I think it's great what Ryan Reynolds is doing. And he was trying to bring people back, and even Channing Tatum getting that opportunity to be Gambit, which he never had before. Now he's in Doomsday, which is amazing for him. Yeah, he was hilarious. Not the best, but hilarious. That's what I'm saying. Like, his accent was ridiculous, but I loved it. Like, good for him.
Doomsday. Who's not in Doomsday?
GR yet?
Come on.
No, I think GR's in.
I think GR's in.
You're in there. You have to
I'm in there, Brian. It's a small part, but I'm in there.
Okay. You can't tell us about it, right?
I thought I saw your chair just.
No, my NDA doesn't allow me to speak about it.
You just looked that up. So.
Yeah. Well, the chair was there though, so I just think that like what they're going to give them at Doomsday, like a send off, a proper send off, we're going to get. I feel like they're going to kill most of the original Fox X-Men in the very beginning of that movie. They're going to be dying left and right.
I hope so. I mean,
the one person that doesn't get killed is Cyclops. I just hope he lives, guys. Justice for Cyclops. That's all I'm saying, Sean. Justice for Cyclops.
Yeah, James Marsden deserved better. Absolutely, that's fine. Yeah, than just a spinning visor in the sky. What the fuck that was?
Yeah, I'm sorry, James. That's what happens when you choose Superman over X-Men.
It's gonna be really bothersome if they just try and do what Deadpool Wolverine did with Doomsday, and I already kind of think they're gonna. It's kind of like whatever, because it's just gonna give studios the wrong idea of what we want to see. And we don't need just a bunch of action figures being thrown together in a sandbox. That's how you lose Ninja Turtles, guys. That's how you lose Ninja Turtles.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all. Control.